Okay, how are we doing for time? 9. Okay, we're going to be another 20 minutes anyway, so this will be a little longer too, but it's going to take a moment. We'll use matrix here for a second. Take a minute for it to come up, but I just want to show you how to get the stars in matrix. So if, okay, let's just pull the literature. Oh no, okay, I'll pull out Young's. Let's go to Young's, Carl Jung. See, okay, now if you go up, you see up on the top left-hand side, there's extended. Just make sure you got that. Yeah, okay, so you can see up in the top left, there's the chart. Sin 1 star. There's extended, there's classic. It's on. I run it in classic. The extended gives you a colored charts and other wheels like that. They're good for working on the screen. There's a data section. You click on the data section. We're in Carl Jung's chart, and you go down. You scroll down. There's aspects closest, planets distance, aspects rulerships, midpoints. You know, all kinds of techniques, graphs, declinations. We're here in declinations, chart patterns, but down there at the bottom, it's got fixed stars. So you click on fixed stars, ta-da. It gives you, where are we going? 1 second. I gotta make it water sheet, fixed stars, and you got it here. So you screen capture it or you print it, whatever, you got the stars. It gives you, it tells the name of the star, it shows the conjunction. It's allowing 2 degree orb, which is have more stars than I would think. And I would choose, but it's only using the main 110, I think. And what it's called occulting, I'm not sure for this one. I think it refers to when it's the same latitude or declination. But anyways, basically gives you the stars, gives you their name, gives you the rulership, what house it's in your chart, and what sign rules it is, but it doesn't tell you the magnitude. Duh. So this can give you a quick hit. I don't like it because it gives you too many and it doesn't give you the right information. So I really refer you to use but this was, we went up to classic data and then scroll down to find the fixed stars. Okay, things like that. So, okay, I'm gonna close this off. I just wanted to show you, these things are somewhat accessible in the programs, but not as well as working with a spreadsheet and finding exactly the stars and putting them in. And so like Sigmund Freud's Mercury, you know, it's a 57, so that's 27.8 or 27.8 would be 48 minutes, 27 degrees, 48 minutes with Taurus. It's got like 14 stars to it. It's right in that edge of the galaxy, the Milky Way. So there's lots of stars. Not first magnet, but lots of stars anyway. So each planet has its own, it goes through. So we go down to the moon, Uranus, Mercury, moon, then we have Saturn. So I've inserted the rows or the columns and then put the planets in them and inserted a white blank row just at the end of those 2 degrees. Sometimes when they overlap, where is it? They overlap somewhere here. I will make one group and I'll copy that one group into, so the same star will, same 1 or 2 stars will be in 2 of the groups. When 2 planets are really close to each other or conjunct, they'll overlap, they'll be sharing the same stars. So I would then I would insert rows and copy the ones that they were duplicated. So there would be two sets of them. We'll see if there's one here that shows this. There's Neptune, some planet, yeah. That was just a space. Oh, okay, here's an example. I was doing this, but there's the end of the Neptune, there's the beginning of Jupiter, but I forgot to take these ones out. Normally I would just highlight the whole bunch of them and take that row. This one section I forgot to take out. It's just still there. So it's a much bigger sheet. And once you get rid of all the stars that don't count, you're left with a smaller number and a more manageable number. Let's just see, looking back here, 50, 57, 74, 24, 26, 24, 25, 32. Yeah, these would overlap, but they don't exactly, because there's no stars that are causing the overlap. Okay, there will be another chart. So when we total the magnitudes, we count each star in this list, and we see how many Sigma point has 3 first magnitude stars, 6 second magnitude stars, 14, 3, 31 fourth magnitude, 44 fifth magnitude, and 2 sixth magnitude. So the 6th is really a small amount, but 3, 4, and 5, there's a lot of stars. There's only 20 first magnitude stars. So it's not, they're spread out. They're not like, so some people may not have any, but he has 3. And this Carl Jung, now we're looking at Carl Jung's chart. So we go through, I'm just looking for one that's overlapped. And we've done the same thing, we put the rows in. Okay, here's one, 121.56, 123.31. So it goes up to 122.56 and 122.31. So they overlap a little bit. In this case, this one star, 287, Kappa Ursa Major, happened to be there. So I copied this row. I made an extra blank row under the sun. I made a blank row, and I copied this row and I pasted it back in. So I had it repeated itself. So for each planet, if it was 3 stars that were in this, that were duplicated, I would copy the 3 over. So this was an example of what to do when two planets are very close to each other, and you have to, they're both touching this, oops, they're both influenced by the same star. Yeah, sorry, I tried to arrow down. I keep thinking we're in the database and in the spreadsheet, and we're not, we're in the pictures of them. So, okay. Yeah, so with Carl Jung's chart, when you count the stars, he has only 1 first magnitude star. So by that route, it's not the most prominent of stellar people. He had a very profound, deep influence. He had a very profound, deep, but he only had 1 first magnitude star, 3 second, 14 magnitude, 31 fourth magnitude, 5 fifth, and 2 sixth. A lot less than when we looked at Freud's had 3, 6, 14, 31, 44. His star, he had a lot of planets right in the Milky Way with lots of stars there. And Jung didn't. So really, this isn't representative. Like, you have to do see a lot of these. Like, mine's at 5, which is fairly prominent, but there's people that have 7, 9. There's people that have some really prominent numbers. I've just chosen the ones we stayed through our classes. So I was hoping to do everybody's. It was too much work to try and do everybody's for this class. So you have to do your own to get this. So you start with certain stars that are touching you, that are potentially inspiring you there. And then in the progressions, you'll move closer or further away from some of those stars and into other stars, towards other stars. So this is Donald Trump's chart. We put all of his stuff in. 1, 2. In fact, I'm just going to go back for a second. I don't think I did Carl Jung's accurately enough so you can get the screenshots. This is Carl Jung's 1, Carl Jung's 2, Carl Jung's 3, and his totals, his magnitude totals. Now we're going to go to Donald Trump. Here's Donald Trump 1, Donald Trump 2. Do you have overlaps? Close, but not yet. Donald Trump 3. Yeah, so there's not overlaps in this. When we total Donald Trump's up, he has 3 first magnitude stars and 7 second, 18 third, 35. So he doesn't have the, he has some noticeable stars, but not huge. Like, it's not like, it's a puzzle. You have to think and wonder about these things, because how come only 3? How come Jung is only 1? You know, but Freud had 3, I believe. Yeah, Freud had 3. So it's like a lottery. You have your planets in certain positions. The chance of them touching certain stars of the first magnitude is only 20 out of 360 degrees. You know, so that's 40 degrees occupied. So it's easy to have your planets not in those 40 degrees. And they're still there. The stars are there. You may run into them in progressions more, but this is just looking at the natal chart factors around it. So when you look at Freud's or Donald Trump's, it was just 3, 7, 18, 35. So moderate. I would call that a moderate one. But like I said, in this row, it just happened. Mine looks like I'm outstanding. It's not like that. There's people that have 7, 8, 9. Like it's up there, but it's not up there in the way. Like I have a prominence in my own field, but it's just in my own life. I live very simple. I'm not that big a deal. I really meditate in my inner world, in meditation and with astrology. I've been consistent with it, and I've been inspired by stars, inspired by things. So in that way, that's probably where my strength in the stars shows. But this is the idea. So like at first, you're just going to want to get your chart, then look at your stars, put your charts in, see what magnitudes you got, and then puzzle, how can that be so? How come I don't have first magnitude? How come I got 10? What am I doing with it? Like you got to wonder, that's our low level thinking about it. But the more first magnitude stars, the more effort it takes to have to be living enough to tune into them. It requires a certain sensitivity, receptivity, or spirituality to be developed, to be open to those higher stars, those higher lights, those higher teachings from other suns than our own. It's enough to find our heart and live in our own sun. Most important thing. But then there's other teachings and other ideas that come in. What an incredible heaven. Okay. So what's left? Now, the only thing I have left to show is just a couple of technical things. You have in your non-audio files that you've downloaded for the classes, there are two, these are PDFs, but you have two PDFs that are from spreadsheets of the fixed stars, same numbers for what stars they are. This is done from, this puts the stars at 25-year intervals. You know, we had the columns for 1850, 1900, 1950, and 2100 for where the planets would be, where the stars would be at those times. This is doing it 25-year intervals. So, but I have to explain it because when you just get it, it's a little complicated. So here's the first, let's see if I can get this smaller and taller. Okay, here we go. So we got one page a little smaller. That's a little small. I got a page on a page, so when I turn it, you can see this. Okay, so that's where we are. Gotta go a little bit more in like this. Okay, there we go. I got a page. Okay, now, so here's the first page. Down the left-hand side, you'll see the fixed stars, the numbers 5, 55, they're set up. In 1900, it gives you degrees and minutes, and it's not just decimal degrees, it gives you the degrees and minutes. It lists the planets. This is going from 29 Pisces, 2931 up to 25 Aries. And in 1925, that 2931 Aries went to 2952. In 1950, it was at 13 degrees, 0 minutes. At 13 degrees, where are we here? Once again, 13, 0 degrees, 13 minutes. 1975, 034, 2000, 052. So it gives you this, and the mat tells you the magnitude. Okay, but there's a second page that goes with this. Like there's second pages, so they're not. It's on pages, where these are big sheets. So I had to cut it down to make it as intelligible as possible. So the next page gives the positions for 2025, 2020, 50, 2075, and 2100. So you follow it down. Same star numbers, okay? You don't know which stars they are at this point, but you have the same star numbers. Then it'll go to the next group of fixed stars. That'll be 1900 to 2000, 2025 to 2100. So every page is going to have, every group of stars is going to be 2 pages. It's got to go through the 745 of them to have the 2 pages. You still see 2100, 2100. So we're just going to keep going down until we get to the end of this. There's quite a few.